What is up, everybody? Welcome into the Fantasy Tap. My name is Michael, and if you can't tell, my voice is a little bit hoarse today. Excuse me. So please excuse me for that. We were at the Dolphins game this past weekend, and of course, being a Dolphins fan, we were yelling and screaming at the team because obviously you guys saw didn't go very well. Did not go very well whatsoever. But we had a fun time outside of the big L the Dolphins took, but it is what it is. Welcome in. If you haven't tuned into this series before, go back and watch. We have this is our third episode, I believe. I break down the team prior to week one. I go over any moves I tried to make in week two after my first win. And this video, we're going to go over how I did in week two. So without further ado, actually before, if you guys could like this video, comment any thoughts about the team you may have, and then subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'd really appreciate it. But let's jump into it. I am going to go over what happened week two. This is a 0 running back draft that I did, and we're going through the entire season, and let's jump into it. So your boy is 2-0. Your boy's 2-0. Had a nice victory this week. Obviously, Kyler Murray balled, putting up 41 points for me. I mean, he really helped me out here because I had Jamal Williams Monday night. Didn't go very well. I like, the fact that he got 7 carries and three targets and 3 catches. But outside of that, he didn't get in the end zone, which stinks. Put up a measly 5.2 points. Outside of that, though, everybody else pretty much pulled their own weight. Logan Thomas and my New Orleans Saints defense were meh. But outside of that, everybody pulled their own weight. I actually, here's my bench down here. I had Sony Michel, Jermichael Hasty, Tyson Williams, Ramondre Stevenson, KJ Hamler, and Darnell Mooney on the bench. I believe I talked about starting Darnell Mooney over Juju Smith-Schuster, I believe. But last minute, I think I made the change to put Juju Smith-Schuster in, and it was the right call. Obviously, getting 13 points compared to his 9.6. So excited about that. Excited that I'm 2-0. Let's check out the league standings real quick. As far as where I'm at in those. Oh, here we go. Sorry. I am in first. I am in first overall. I've scored the most points. I am 2-0. There's only 3 2-0 teams. One has scored 257 points. I've scored 264. He's in second place. And then Can You Dig It has scored 193 points. He is also 2-0, and he is in third place. I'm really confident going into this week. I think it's going to be, another solid week for my team. Let's go over to the matchup and see who I'm playing. Actually, real quick, he had a couple guys that really helped me out. AJ Brown, DeAndre Swift, obviously, and then Jalen Waddle and Darren Waller he got his only 7 targets compared to his 19 last week. So that really helped me out. I was talking about in last week's video that was, I felt, my biggest matchup disadvantage, Logan Thomas versus Darren Waller. And I mean, obviously Dalvin Cook is a baller too. Those guys could have been it, but I think that was my biggest matchup disadvantage. So glad to see Darren Waller only outscored Logan Thomas by 2 points. And then Darrell Henderson held his own against Dalvin Cook. So it's nice to see. And then D-Hop, CeeDee Lamb, they all did their things. I'm really excited for the guys moving forward. And then, like I said, obviously Kyler Murray just killed it for me. And I think he's just going to continue this hot streak. This rushing upside that he has is amazing. Obviously thrown for 400 yards too. Just great. So let's move over to my week 3 matchup. I am play Can You Dig It? So he is in third place. Like I said, I am favored currently 56% to 44%. They are projecting me to score 128.9 points. With Jamal Williams playing the Baltimore Ravens, I switched out Tyson Williams here. But that's the only change I have made thus far. Obviously, it's going to be a big quarterback matchup. I have Kyler Murray. He has Josh Allen. Um, but I am fairly confident in, my running backs going up against his. I do think he has, he's got Chris Carson playing against Minnesota, so he should, outscore me there. But as far as Chase Edmonds, I'm not too worried about. Tyson Williams has a really, really juicy matchup, and he got the bulk of the work last week, 13 carries. So I like to see that, and also racked up a couple receptions last week. So I do think that, moving forward, it's a great matchup for him. And he still should see a nice double-digit carries and touches overall. So I do like that for him. And then Darrell Henderson, he is banged up a little bit. They are optimistic, obviously, that he's going to be there, but it is a rib injury. So I want to see how it plays out throughout this week. I have his handcuff. That was one of the biggest things. I guess you can, handcuff, I guess you can say. I have Sony Michel on the bench. So I am, I do have a decision to make there later on in the week, whenever, more news comes out on that. Obviously, my big three, Devontae Adams, DeAndre Hopkins, CeeDee Lamb, not going to touch it. And then as far as Juju Smith-Schuster, he's playing Cincinnati. So divisional game should be a pretty high scoring game. I don't have the over under currently, that the books have it. The only other decision, I mean, unless I get my waivers, which we will talk about in a second, Darnell Mooney, maybe KJ Hamler. I do like his matchup this week. He played I think he played 71% of snaps compared to Tim Patrick 73. I do think that KJ Hamler could be a sneaky play this week. So that's something I'm looking at. But honestly, I'll probably just stick to the chalk, stick to Juju. I didn't see he has Saquon Barkley here, so that is going up against Atlanta. I do expect that to be pretty high scoring. And this guy does have Jalen Hurts on the bench. So going up against Dallas, I'm wondering what he's going to do here. I'd assume he plays Josh Allen going up against Washington. But we'll see. I'm fairly confident, being that his receivers, he's got Devontae Smith and Corey Davis. And he also has Dallas Goedert. Both of those guys, all three of those guys can put up a dud. Same with Chase Edmonds. So we'll see, what he decides to do. And then obviously his defense is playing Tampa Bay. So we'll see if he makes any moves going into this week. The waivers have yet to clear. But speaking of waivers, let's jump over into what I am going after. Currently, Jermichael Hasty hurt, high ankle sprain. They're saying he's going to be out a while. So I'm going after Alexander Madison with Dalvin Cook hurt, spending $31 my fab budget. I might up it a little bit because of Dalvin Cook's injury. And then I'm putting a small bit out there for AJ Green. He was on the field over 80% of the snaps there. He is that clear wide receiver too. I know that Rondale Moore, obviously had the big couple plays, but he's only on the field for just over 45% of snaps. So he's not that team's two. Actually, Christian Kirk is technically the team's three. So without, I see that this trend is going to continue, at least for the near future, of AJ Green being that team's number two. It's funny because I did actually draft AJ Green, but I dropped him to pick because I didn't draft a defense. So those are the two guys I'm going after. There's a few guys that, are out there that I would consider. Quintez Cephas, he's out there. And same with Darius Slayton, he's there. I thought about switching my defense from the New Orleans Saints to the Buffalo Bills. But New Orleans has a nice Giants matchup the following week, and then Washington again following that, weeks 4 and 5. So I think, going up against a rookie quarterback this week should have a nice bounce back week. They didn't play that well against the Carolina Panthers, but they still were able to get a turnover, which was nice. So I think going up against a rookie quarterback in Mac Jones this week, and then the nice 2 matchups after that. That's why I'm sticking with the New Orleans Saints defense here. So what else? Let's see. Obviously, I'm not going to make any quarterback moves or anything like that. I've got the number 1 quarterback currently in the league. Who else would I also thought about maybe Hunter Renfrow. He's getting, nice little target share there, 9 and 7 targets the last 2 weeks. So, but I'm just going to stick pat. I think I want to see if I get Alexander Madison, and I might make a couple moves after, depending on if I get Madison or not. Because obviously there's no need to keep Hasty on the team anymore. So if that goes through, probably won't do too many moves. And if it doesn't, then I'll probably pick up one of those wide receivers. If they actually, you know what, let's do this. I'm going to grab Quintez Cephas just in case my bid doesn't go through for, I don't know, let's do less than that. Just in case my bid doesn't go through for Alexander Madison, I'll have a backup here and grab Quintez Cephas just as another option for a flex option. So that's about it. I'm keeping Ramondre for now. I know he was inactive Sunday, because of that fumble, he had in week 1, but I'm not giving up on him yet. Let's see. I want to see if he's active this week. He's got, 2 tough matchups coming up, but then he's got Houston, Dallas, the Jets, the Chargers. So some nice matchups going forward. So, if Damian Harris misses one of those games, or maybe he can take over that number 2 spot again from JJ Taylor. So, so that's about it. That's where I'm at. Hoping to go 3-0 this week. I think this will be my biggest test, obviously, being that I'm playing a 3rd place guy. He's got some, couple studs in Saquon and Diggs and Carson, but really hoping, my receivers can carry me again this week. And one of these 2 running backs will, put up high-end running back 2 numbers, be perfect. And then, Juju, hopefully he can maybe get in the end zone and catch a few passes for like 60 yards or something like that. It'd be nice. That's kind of where I'm at, guys. I will see you guys after week 3. I think it's going to be a good one. Like I said, if you guys have any recommendations or comments or anything like that on how you think the team's going to do, let me know in the comments. Actually, let me know what you think the record's going to be for this team at the end of the year. I'm currently 2-0. We play a championship is week 17. So let me know in the comments what you think, how you think this team's going to do. But all right, guys, thanks for tuning in. I will talk to you next week for the Zero Running Back season series. Thanks, guys.